Going live here, Daryl Davis coming here to talk about designing a life worth smiling about. I want to talk to you about communicating an emotion versus a message. So let me share the difference. So communicating message like, oh, I wish I was young again. Whereas communicating an emotion would be something like, oh, to dance in the rain without fear of getting wet, to chase the sun without concerns for time, to wander about without a care of the destination. Oh, to be free and light again. How'd I do? That's communicating an emotion. So when you communicate an emotion as opposed to just a message, it gives people an opportunity to see themselves in that, to feel the communication. It gives people it can transform people, it can move people. When we communicate at a deeper level, it really makes a difference, I think, in people's lives. A more practical example of this is I'm still here. I'm getting ready to leave today. Today's the last day of a company retreat that we had down here in Orlando, Florida. And yesterday, no, not yesterday, the day before, the whole company went to Disney World, and we drove in. And the first thing that you do is get to the gate and with the car, and there's somebody there to see what kind of parking spot you want, VIP or whatever. So I'm interacting with this cast member, and instead of me saying thank you to her, I said to her, you've got the best job in Disney. And she said, why? Why would I say that? Well, because you are the first person that guests are going to interact with. And you kind of set the tone for a person's experience for the day. So thank you for setting the tone for us. And then I gave her this little thing that we brought down here for cast members. Um, it says, thank you for being the magic. And I'll tell you, every time we gave this to people, the cast members, so it was like we gave them like a bar of gold. But going back to the point, when you communicate an emotion as opposed to just a message, yeah, it inspires people. So, I'm going to invite you to just kind of try that on and think about, oh, and how do you do that? Well, look beyond the message that you want to communicate. Like, look at the bigger picture, take a deeper cut in it. An example of this too is that, my audience, if you will, is real estate professionals, and we have a coaching program. We help. We call them power agents, and for the real estate professional, in the midst of helping sellers sell their house and helping buyers find their house, and all of the 184 different steps that are involved in a real estate transaction, sometimes it can show up as transactional for people. It's about getting the application done and getting the underwriting done and getting the appraisal ordered. And so there's a lot of steps and transactional things. And sometimes focusing on that, it loses the bigger picture, right? So what is the bigger picture for a real estate transaction? Well, you've got sellers and buyers. They're not just selling or buying a house. They're actually going to their next level in life. So we tell power agents that what they do is much more than just put transactions together. There's a whole story behind the transaction. There's a whole bigger picture about the transaction. And that's helping people get to their next level in their life. Because nobody sells or buys a house just to sell or buy a house. They're doing it for some reason: job transfer, growing family, retiring, smaller family. Like, there's a bigger something at play here. And so really what the real estate professional does is makes a difference in people's lives. What real estate professionals do is help people get to not just point A from point B and an address, but an actual point A to point B in a person's life. What agents do is contribute to people's lives. And so when we take that deeper cut and we look at what is the bigger picture behind the message, I think that's how we can tap into the emotion, right? And communicating that. So anyway, I hope this made a difference with somebody. So anyway, think about that this week as you finish up your week. Communicate the emotion, not just the message. All right.